Hi guys, welcome back to London. Welcome to Soho, London's Berwick Street. I'm on right now. I'm sat outside a chocolate shop enjoying a coffee. A company called spelled said. Italians, they probably say it with a little bit more flair and flamboyance than us Brits, but good espresso. But I'm not here for chocolate coffee before lunch. Around the corner on Lexington Street is a great Asian restaurant called BAO, so that's where I'm headed. Roll the titles.
Interesting.
Thanks, mate.
Have a nice weekend, mate.
Guys, I was just enjoying a quick coffee at Said. I think that's how you pronounce it. One thing I do know is they do amazing hot chocolate. It's primarily a chocolate shop rather than a coffee shop. Hot chocolate if you're in town is delicious. But anyway, we're here for lunch, heading to an Asian restaurant just around the corner from Said, here on Lexington Street, next to the Jon Snow pub, called BAO. That's BAO here on Lexington Street, and this is so good, so popular. This is the queue.
BAO serve Taiwanese street food. BAO's been open for nearly a year now, and every day there's a queue of people waiting for lunch, and then they shut for a couple of hours after lunch service, and then another queue forms for dinner service. It's Taiwanese fast food, so the queue goes pretty quickly. This is somewhere you come for great food, not somewhere to linger and chat over drinks, but you can do that next door. It's tiny. There are almost as many staff as diners. The staff wear lab coats, and its light wooden interior and minimalist design make it look more like a health food store or the Apple store than a restaurant. This is the menu: small eats, BAO, the little steamed buns, that's what I like, and the sides. They have a great tea selection as well. Okay, we're at the front of the queue now. It's been about 10-20 minutes, so not too bad today. I'm getting pretty hungry now. Okay, we're in. I'm going to go for 4 dishes. I'm definitely going for what I'm here for primarily is the BAO. I'm going to get the classic, the confit pork, and I think some tea, some hot tea, although the other drinks are pretty good too. I'm going to get the guinea fowl rice and something healthy as a side. I'm going to get the cabbage, the cavolo nero with a salted egg on top. Okay, to drink I'm going to get some hot tea, some Taiwanese tea. I'm going to go for the 10-year aged coal baked oolong, described as strong and smoky. Sounds good. trained arms in the gym last night and my right biceps kind of locked up a little bit. I've got kind of cramp, but after that double espresso, whenever I try and pick something up, I get the shakes in my right arm. So this is going to be super funny. Trying to use chopsticks and a children's toy-sized tea set. Also, this restaurant's pretty small. We're quite tight in here. Got people either side of me. So if this all goes horribly wrong, we're all going to get covered in cabbage. I'm going to have to use my other arm for this. Anyway, that was the cabbage. It's pretty good. It's kind of like kale. It's got a soy sauce dressing on it and the salted egg on top. But this is what we're here for. The classic BAO. Braised pork, peanut powder, some greens, fermented greens and coriander, all on one of their steamed buns. They are delicious. Possibly one of the, if not the best BAO in town right now. The BAO here are delicious. The pork's great and the buns themselves are really soft and fluffy, kind of marshmallowy in texture. Here's my tea. I went for the 10-year-old oolong tea. It comes in a little child-size terracotta teapot, which is novel. The cramp in my arm is not getting any better. Every time I pick something up with my right hand, I start shaking, so this could go everywhere. It's not painful, it's just annoying. Success. Shaky, but didn't spill a drop. Okay, apart from the BAO at BAO, I think this is my favourite dish that I've tried so far, the guinea fowl with char shang rice. It's guinea fowl. You've got a cured egg yolk, dried crispy shallots, I think, sticky rice, and I'm guessing the green things are pickled or fermented cucumber. After you've ordered your food, to start with, all the food comes out in random order just as and when it's ready from the kitchen. So I got the cabbage first because that was ready first, one of the buns. Now I've got the guinea fowl and I'm still waiting for a bun. They do serve, here's my other bun, the confit pork bun. They do serve dessert as dessert though, after your meal when you finish. And you can order more dishes as you go along if you want. This is the confit pork BAO. Confit of pork belly, dried shallots and pork barbecue hot sauce. Right, let's test out my chopstick arm and the guinea fowl with sticky rice. It's delicious. A great mix of strong flavours and the sticky rice, perfectly cooked guinea fowl and the egg yolk give it an amazing texture. Okay, this is my second BAO of this trip. This is the confit pork BAO with dried shallots. They're super soft. The buns themselves are kind of marshmallowy soft and the pork just falls apart. Really easy to chomp into. BAO's derived its very name from these fluffy white little buns and they've kind of gained a cult-like following right now here in London, especially dessert ones made with donut batter and filled with Horlicks ice cream. These little hand wipes they give you come in super handy both before you're eating and afterwards. Quick reminder of where we are there too, 53 Lexington Street in Soho.
Okay, that was BAO here in Soho on Lexington Street. Delicious. Definitely recommend that. Kitchen's closing now for a couple of hours, so no queue. But if you do come here, I'll just quickly show you the BAO bus stop, which is where the queue begins when they're open.
Here on the corner next to BAO and SED is the John Snow pub, which is named after a renowned English physician, Dr. John Snow. Back in the 1850s, there was a public water pump here, roughly where that red, rather odd-looking curbstone is. Soho was originally home to wealthy Londoners, but by the 1850s it became an overcrowded slum. And in 1854 there was an outbreak of the disease cholera here.
I could be paparazzi with this zoom.
Cholera is pretty nasty, you basically shit yourself to death. They call it rice water. Even today you have less than a 50-50 chance of survival if it's untreated. Treatment to ensure survival is basic rehydration, rapid rehydration. In countries without modern kits they use water with a little salt and some smashed up banana in it too. Something like a 99% survival rate. In 1854 they didn't know that, so around 500 people died here in this area in just 10 days from the cholera outbreak. Back in the 1850s, medical experts believed diseases like cholera and the plague were spread by bad air. They didn't yet understand infectious diseases, germs or bacteria. They didn't think viruses, they just thought bad air. John Snow made a map of the cholera victims here, which led him to believe the pump was responsible and you could catch cholera from ingesting infected water, not just from inhaling it.
It's quite hard to make out the red granite curbstone, especially with the sun. That's it.
John Snow was right, the pump that was here was the cause of the cholera outbreak. Not everyone agreed with him, but the pump was shut down and the cholera epidemic stopped, although the cholera contamination had probably run its course already before the pump was shut down. The Board of Health thought John Snow was wrong, so put the handle back on the pump after the outbreak had ended and it was business as usual. But John Snow's discovery, hypothesis that water could be contaminated rather than bad air, and his focus of infection map are considered important scientific and medical advances. It's a little ironic they've named a pub after John Snow because from the age of 17 to 25 he was not only a vegetarian, he was a teetotal member of the temperance movement. So he was an advocate and promoter of abstinence from alcohol. Only until the age of 25 though, for the rest of his life. He was back on the bottle.
Okay guys, let's go to the pub.
The John Snow pub was originally built in the 1870s and back then called the Newcastle upon Tyne, but on the centenary of John Snow's discoveries here in 1955 they changed the pub's name to the John Snow. It's a Samuel Smith's pub. Samuel Smith's is a brewery up in Yorkshire, the oldest operating brewery in Yorkshire, founded back in 1758. They only sell their own drinks, no other large corporations or brands, beers, spirits or soft drinks. I was in one just a few weeks ago, the Shandos. I'm going to get the same beer, a Taddy Lager.
Pretty good.
It's got 3 separate bar areas, the public bar, here the snug, and on the other side the lounge bar. The little trap door between the 2 bars here is open, so let's go through to the lounge bar, save us walking around the outside right now. There's also dining rooms upstairs and private meeting rooms I guess too. Samuel Smith's pubs are great value for money, incredible value for money here in London. The pub is very much a home to the memory of John Snow, the man himself, and his discoveries here in 1854. The walls are adorned with a lot to do with the history of this very area.
Here's an image of the pub's namesake himself, Jon Snow.
If you like your Spanish food, Spanish tapas in particular, that bar over there, Brindisa, is incredible. There's a visit to one of their other tapas bars somewhere on my channel if you want to check that out.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, this vlog, this visit to this little corner of London's Soho. I guess it's got quite a dark past, but also I guess a story of triumph over adversity. This was once one of the worst slums the industrialised world had or has ever seen, and out of that came, by Jon Snow, huge breakthrough in modern medicine. But also today we've got a pub. Good pub. Had some small homophobic incident in recent years, which I think they've kind of overcome. But also it's flanked by an Asian restaurant and an Italian coffee shop and chocolate shop. Holy trinity of British stores, coffee, pubs and Asian food. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, this vlog. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, like button. If you'd like to be the first to see my new films, the subscribe button. Check it out, a vlogger. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!